Hey guys, so I wanted to talk about something that actually happened in April, and I just kind of forgot to tell you guys about it and kind of talk about my feelings about it. And it happened when I was going to see my doctor, my primary care, for the most recent appointment that I had. Anyways, so that day when I went into the office, he had a PA student. So for those of you who don't know what a PA student is, hopefully you do by now if you watch my channel on a regular basis. Um, a PA is a physician assistant. I believe they're trying to change the name to physician associate, but regardless, she was a PA student and she was kind of helping out in the office and learning and trying to get experience with different types of patients and different patient interactions. Well, anyways, by the time that she came in to talk to me, um, first of all, I will tell you, I have absolutely no issue whatsoever with like medical students coming in and treating me, or PA students or nursing students, because how else are they going to learn? I have absolutely no problem. Like, there's been times where I have been admitted to the hospital and have had nursing students caring for me. They always come in and they ask permission, but I always say yes because, like I said, how else are you going to learn? Um, anyways, this particular PA student had told me that I was the first patient that day that had actually let her um, work with them, had let her come in and examine them before the doctor. And I came in the late afternoon. It was like closer to 3 o'clock because it wasn't a regularly scheduled appointment. It was something that I needed to be seen for my back pain. And so I kind of felt really bad about that because, like, it makes me wonder how good her experience has been trying to get these learning experiences at my doctor's office. Because if nobody would let this PA student see her, um, there's usually requirements if you've done clinical externships or internships or rotations, then you know that there are certain requirements that you have to get as part of your clinical experience. So usually there are certain checklists where you have to interact with a certain number of patients. You have to do a certain type number of certain exams, like whatever the case may be. Like, for example, for my medical assisting, you had to do so many EKGs as part of your clinical externship. Um, Without somebody like needing to walk you through the steps or whatever, stuff like that. And it just makes me feel shitty. So I'm curious, like, how many, if you are a medical student or have studied anything clinical and gone on these clinical experiences, whether that's CNA, phlebotomy, medical assistant, nursing, like I said, med student, PA student, have you experienced this? Because I don't really understand. Like, on the one hand, I do, but on the other hand, I don't understand why people have such an issue with students seeing them. Um, like I said, on the one hand, I do understand like certain people, if they have complex medical issues or something, or they've had bad medical experiences in the past, then I might be a little bit more understanding as to why they might not want a student to treat them. But on the other hand, I think it's important for students in the medical and healthcare fields to, get exposure to these complex medical conditions because it might help them actually like handle those situations better in the future. For example, somebody with a zebra condition. For those of you who don't know what a zebra condition is, it's one of those things that's like outside of what you would normally see on a regular basis. So it could be a rare disease, something that, like I said, you just don't see normally. And if a student is able to be exposed to those things, then they might not be so like, I don't really know what word I'm trying to say here. Um, I've had bad experiences before as somebody who deals with multiple chronic illnesses, where I've had providers not handle my case or my appointment very well. They have accused me of faking my illness and things like that. So I think it's important that our medical students get exposure, not just medical students, but you know what I mean, like the whole array of healthcare workers, or healthcare students, whether that's, you know, a person who is trying to become a physician all the way down to a CNA or, you know, whatever. I think it's important to be exposed to as many different types of patients, as many different types of conditions, all that stuff as possible, because like I said, you never know what they're going to encounter on a day-to-day basis in their career. And if they've been exposed from an early point in their education, then they might be able to handle it better down the road. If you were this person, would you feel kind of bummed that nobody was willing to really work with you? Like I said, on the one hand, I totally understand why some people might be hesitant to allow a student to provide their care. But again, as a student, you do have somebody who is watching over the care that you're providing. You have somebody like in that specific example, the PA student came in, she kind of did an assessment and stuff like that, asked me a bunch of questions, and then she went out and tried to like collaborate with my doctor before they both came back in and talked to me and let me know what they thought was going on. So it's not like the student is just, you know, out here doing everything willy-nilly with no oversight whatsoever. That's not the case at all. But yeah, how would you feel if you were the PA student that nobody wanted to allow you to care for them or even assess them? And has this happened to you? Let me know. If there are any topics you would like me to address in a future video, please let me know that, and I will be glad to get something filmed for you. And with that being said, that is all for today, and I will see you guys next time.